Hey viewers, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Creeping Death on Guitar by Metallica. This is a fantastic song for intermediate to advanced players to practice your down picking. Now I'll start by showing you the chords. Most of them are just power chords, but it saves me stopping during the song to explain each one. So if you know these chords, jump ahead to this time where the song starts. Now we're just in standard E tuning as well. Don't forget, if you like this lesson, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Songs and lessons uploaded weekly. If you have any problems with the song, leave a comment and let me know how you go with this one, especially the solos. They can be a little bit tricky. So let's make a start with the chords. So our chords are going to be all power chords. Let's run through them. We have an E5, so open E string, second fret on the A and the D. That's our E5. We have an F5. So it's first fret on the E string, third fret on the A and the D. Then just move up one fret and we have an F sharp 5. So that's 2, 4 and 4. If we move up to the third fret, we have a G5, so that's 3 on the E string, 5 on the A and the D. And if we go up 2 frets, we have the A5, so that's 5th fret on the E string, 7th fret on the A and the D. So E, F, F sharp, G and A. Then we have an A also on the A string, so starting on the open A string, second fret on the D and the G, and that's also A5. We have a B5, so now we're on the second fret on the A string, fourth fret on the D and the G. So our B5, if we move forward one fret, so we're on the third fret, that's our C5. We go forward another fret, that's our C sharp 5, so now we're 4 on the A string, 6 on the D and the G, and that's our C sharp. If we go up to the 5th fret, so move one fret up again, that's our D5, D. We go up 2 frets, so 7 on the A, 9 on the D and the G, that's our E5. Then we have an F5, so just move forward one fret, so we're on 8 on the A, 10 on D and G, and that's our F. And then we also have a G5, so we're coming up to the 10th fret on the A string, and we have the 12th fret on the D and the G string, and that's our G5. So using our A string as the root note, we have A, B, C, C sharp, D, E, F and G, D. And they're all the chords we're going to use for this song. So now let's jump into that. So for our intro, we're going to have 5 palm mutes on the open E string. And then we're just going to play the E power chord. Then we do that again, 5 palm mutes. And then play E, D. And we do that 2 times. So let's play through that now. It's not too hard. Do that again. Now it changes, so the first guitar is going to do something different to the second guitar. So let's look at what the first guitar is doing now. Guitar 1. So we're going to do our palm mutes again on the open E string 5 times. Play the E again, and then play it again and stop. So then do our palm mutes again 5 times. Play the E, back to the D, and do that 2 times and stop. So let me play that second part of the intro for you slowly. And we do that 2 times. Then to finish that off, we just play the A power chord, the G, and the F sharp power chord there, and that finishes that start intro off. So let me play guitar 1 for you now. Do that again. And that's guitar 1. Now guitar 2 will come in on the second part of the intro. We're going to do 5 palm mutes again on the E string. This time we're going to play the 10th fret on the A string 2 times. Do our palm muting again on the E string. And 10, 9, 9 on the A string, and we do that 2 times. So we play that last part there for you. This is guitar 2. And finish with our the same as guitar 1. Now there's an alternate way we can play that as well. If you're doing it by yourself, it doesn't quite sound right if you're just playing the single notes there. So instead of doing the single notes, we can add a bit more into it so it sounds a bit more like the song when you're playing by yourself. So instead of just playing 10 on the A string, play the 10 on the A and the 9 on the D and the G. And then we just play the 10 and the 9s again and go back to 9 on the A, 7 on the D and the G. So that gives you an alternate version of being able to play that intro, and that's the second part of it. We still do the first part the same. So this next part we're going to call intro 2, and this is probably the main riff used in the song, and this is just our E riff. Now we're going to start with 2 open E palm mutes on the top string, and then play the 2nd fret on the A and the D string, then do 2 palm mutes again on the E string, the 2nd fret on the A and the D, 1 on the E, 2nd fret again, 2 on the E, 2nd fret again, 1 on the E, so slowly. Then from there we're going to do this little fill. We're going to play the 2nd fret on the A, 3rd fret on the A, and then on the A string, 2, hammer on 3, pull off to 2, pull off to open, so slowly. So let me play that main riff, or riff 1, or our E riff for you slowly. And let's do that up to speed, and we're going to do that 8 times there. This is for our second intro. So you could do that 8 times, and that's our E riff. And then from there we go into our second riff, and this is sort of our G, F sharp riff, and this is used all the time in the song as well. We're going to do 2 E power chords, palm muting, and then the G, E again, 2 palm mutes, the G again, so slowly. Then go back to the E power chord, 2 palm mutes again, and then to our F sharp, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Actually the 1 is on the E, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so slowly. And let's do that up to speed now. You're going to do that 4 times, and then we go back to that first riff, our E riff, and we do that 2 times, and then to finish that off, just hold the E power chord for 3 bars plus 1 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then we go B, C sharp, F sharp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And we're going back to our first riff there. So we play that intro or the second intro for you now. I'll just do that first riff 4 times instead of 8, and then we do our second riff 4 times. So let's jump into that now. And that's our second intro. From there we go into our verse, and the verses and the choruses are basically going to stay the same every time. So let's get into that. So our verses are easy. We're just going to play that E riff or that first riff 8 times. Do that 8 times, and then go to our G, F sharp riff, and we do that 4 times. So we do that 4 times, and at the end of that we get into our chorus. So we're going to finish on, or actually start on the E power chord. Then we do 3 palm mutes on the E string, play C, D, then come up to F, F, E, do our 3 palm mutes again on the E string, play C, D, and then play F, G. So let me play the start of the chorus for you, and I'll come from the G, F sharp riff there so you can see what's going on. Part of the chorus we play that E power chord again, so it's going to be similar. 3 palm mutes on the E string, play C, D, F, E, 3 palm mutes again on our open E string, and then play C, D, and then to finish this off we're going to play B, C sharp, F sharp. So now let me play that whole chorus for you. It's not too hard. And then from there we're going back to our first riff, our E riff again, and we're going to do that 2 times, and then we'll finish it the same way we did in the intro. We're going to hold that E power chord for 3 bars plus 1, and then play our B, C sharp, F sharp there to finish that little chorus end off. So let me play that for you. These are riffs we've done before. D, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's our chorus end. So after that chorus end, we just go straight back to the verse. We play that exactly the same. Then we do the chorus, we do that exactly the same, and our chorus end exactly the same. And then we're up to our solo. So we'll tackle those at the end of the lesson. First, let's cover the rhythm. So we're going to start again with our E riff, and we're going to play that once. And then from there we're going to go to an A riff, and we're going to do something really similar. This pattern's going to be nearly the same. So we're on our A, 2 palm mutes, open, 2 palm mutes, open, mute, open, mute, mute, open, and then play A, C. So let me do that riff for you slowly. So it's the same as the E riff, we're just leaving out the little fill at the end. So let me put those 2 riffs together for you so you can hear how they're going to sound. And we do that 4 times, and then from there we just go back to our G, F sharp riff, and we do that exactly the same 4 times. And from there we go into our chorus, we play that all the way through. And they're all the parts to our solo, or the rhythm to the solo. Again, we'll tackle all the solo bits at the end of the song. Okay, so after our solo, we're going to do a slide down, play the E power chord, and then do 4 palm mutes on the E string. And then we're going to play F, D, E, 4 palm mutes again, and then G, F, E. We're going to do that 7 times, so let me play that for you. Up to speed, it's pretty easy. And we do that 7 times, and then the 8th time it's going to change a little bit. We're going to do the palm muting again 4 times. F, D, E, and then this time we do the 4 palm mutes again on the E, and then just G, F, and then we're going to go back to our first riff again, our E riff. We do that 2 times. Then we're going to finish on our E, do a stop, and then go E, F, G, finish on D. And we're going to, so just going through that part slowly. So we're going to palm mute the E, F, G, and then open on the D. So let me play the last part of the other riff leading into that riff. And that gets us back in to the next verse there, so let's have a look at that. So from there we're just doing the verse again, and that's exactly the same, and then our chorus again, which is exactly the same. Now the next riff after that's going to change a little bit. So we'll start with 2 palm mutes on the E string, play the 2nd fret on the A and the D, so it's similar to our E riff. 2 palm mutes again, A, 2nd fret, do it again, and then we're finishing on the E power chord. And then just, and then we do the 2 palm mutes again, 2nd fret on A and D, 2 palm mutes again, 2nd fret on A and D, and then we play the 3rd fret on A and D, and to finish that off we come up to the 5th fret, A and D. So we play that slowly for you. And let's do that part up to speed now, and we do this 6 times there. And we do that 6 times, and then to finish that off we're going to play E, D, C, B, and then C, B, A, back to C. So slowly. So let's try that up to speed now. Our solo's playing over the top of this part, and I'll go over that at the end. Once we've played that through 4 times, we just go back to our intro riff again. finish off, we're just going to play the A power chord, the G power chord, F sharp, and then the E power chord, and you can just tremolo pick that there, and then just 2 E's to finish off. So that last little part. And let's quickly, while it's doing that last power chord, when one guitar hits that, there's a little run up. We play on the A string 7, 9, 10, D string 7, 9, 10, on the G string 8, 9, on the B string 7, 8, 7, and then just come back down. G, 9, 8, D, 10, 9, 7, and on the A, 10, 9, 7, and that's the end part where the other guitar is just holding and tremolo picking. On the E we play. And finish there. So let me play that last little part for you now. And they're all the parts to the song, or all the rhythm parts to the song. Now let's tackle the solos as well. So this first little solo is coming in after our bridge there where we're saying die, die, die. So we're going to start on the A string, we're going to play 12, 14, 15. On the D string, 12, 14, 15. And on the G string, 12. And then just come back to the D string, 15, 14. So slowly. And then from there we're going to play A string 14, D string 15, G string 16, and the B string 17. So slowly. And let's do that one more time up to speed so you can hear how that little riff's just going to sound with this little fill. And then from there we have our main solo. Now let's tackle that. So we're going to start on 16 on the G string, and then on the B string 13, 15, 17, 15, 13. And just move up 2 frets and do the same thing. So it'll be 18, 15, 17, 19, come back down, 17, 15. So slowly. Then from there we, on the B string, 15, 17, 19, 17, 19, 20, 19, 20, 22, and on the E string, 19, 20, 22, and we're going to do bends after that, so on the 22nd fret there. And we do that 5 times on the bend. So let me do that part slowly for you. And then we're going to do a little pull off from 22 back to 19 to finish that off. So let me do that up to speed for you. This is just the first start of the solo there. And And then from there we're going to do this run down on the E string. So 22, 20, 19, slide back to 17 there, and then 20, 19, 17, slide back to 15, 19, 17, 15, slide back to 14, 17, 15, 14, slide back to 12, 15, 14, 12, then on the B string 15, 13, 12, and then do 15, pull off to 12, G string 14, 12. So let me do that part slowly for you. Let's do that little part up to speed now. This is just our run down, start of the solo from the bend. And then from there, we're playing the G string, 12, 14, and we're going to do a bend on the 14 on the G and also play the 15 on the B. Then play G 14, 12, then D 14, G 12, 14, and then do that bend again on the 14, playing the 15 on the B 2 times, and then G 12, D 14, G 12 there, so slowly. So then from there we've got this other little feel that we're going to do 3 times. We're going to do the bend on the 14 on the G, play 12 on the B, 15, pull off to 12, 15, pull off to 12. So. And we do that 3 times. And then from there we finish with a bend on the 15 on the B string. So let me put that little part together for you. Then from there we're going to play the 12th fret on the E, 15, pull off to 12 on the E, 15 B, E, 12, B, 15, 12, on the B, 15, pull off to 12, G, 14, back to 12 on the B. Then we're going to come up, we're going to play 14 on the E, 17, 15, 14, 15, pull off to 14, B, 17, back to E, 14, then back to the B, 17, 15, then do 17, pull off to 15, 14, 15, 14, 12, and then 14, pull off to 12, G string 14, 12, D string 14, back to the G string, 12, 14, we're going to slide up to 19 there, then on the B string 18, E string 17, and then go to the 20 on the E string and do a bend there. So let me play that part slowly for you because it is a little confusing. Let's try that little part up to speed now. So this is from our bend on the 15 there. That's that little part there, and then from there we go into this little arpeggio, and we're going to do this part 3 times as well. So we're going to play 14 on the G there, and then 13 B, 12 E, hammer on to 17, pull off back to 12, back to 13 B, and 14 on the G again. So doing that part slowly, this is just arpeggio picked. And then the 4th time we do it again, 14, 13, 12, hammer onto 7, pull off to 12. And this time we're going to do 15, pull off to 12 on the E string, 15 on the B, 12 on the E, back to B, 15, 12, 15, pull off to 12, 14 G, B, 12, G, 14, 12, and then we do our bend on the 14 again and playing the 15 on the B 3 times. So slowly. And then from there we're just building up on this little run. On the D string we're going to start on the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret. We're just hammering and pulling off there. So we're just tremolo picking and hammering and pulling off. And we want to do the 2nd and 3rd fret 4 times and then move up to the 3rd and 4th fret and do that 4 times and then just keep moving up. So we're just going up chromatically, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7, 7 and 8, and we do each one of those 2 times, and then when we get to the 8 and the 9 we do that 4 times, and then we keep going up 9 and 10, 10 and 11, 11 and 12, 12 and 13, 14, and then 14 and 15 to finish off. So let's just do that part there. And then from there we're going to do this little run. We're going to go 17, pull off the 14 on the G, play 16 on the D, G, 14, 16 on the B, 14, 17, pull off the 14, G, 16 on the B, 14, 17, E, 14, 17, pull off to 14, back to the B, 17, 14, G, 16, so we're doing like a group of 6s there, and then back to the B string, 14, 17, pull off to 14, G string, 16, 14, D string, 16, so it's another group of 6s, and then we go to groups of 3, so back to the G string, 14, 16, pull off to 14, 16 on the D, 14 on the G, back to the D, 16, 14, then 16, pull off to 14, 16 on the A, back to D, 14, A, 16, 14, A, 16, pull off to 14, go back to 12, and then 14, 12, 14 on the E, back to A string 12, 14, and the D string 12 there, and then we're going to end on our 14 on the D. So that part is a little bit confusing. Let's play that through slowly now. And then from there we're going to do 14 again, G string 11, 12, 14, 12, 11, hammer on to 12, pull off back to 11, back to 12 on the D string, and then D string 14, G string 11, 12, 14, B string 12, 13, 15, E string 12, and then 12 again, 14, 15, slide up to 17, and then 15, 14, 17 on the B, back to the E string, 15, slide up to 17. So let me do that little part for you there slowly. Then from there we play 17, 19, 20, back to 19, 17, and then just 15, 14, 15. So that whole little section slowly. And then we're just going to play on the E string 15, 14, 12 and just do pull-offs, and we do that 8 times. Then just move up to 17, 15, 14, do the same thing 8 times. Then just move up to 19, 17, 15, this time do it 4 times. Then we come up to 20, 19 and 17 and we do that 2 times. And then come up to 22, 20 and 19, just pulling off the same, do that 2 times. And then finish with 4 bends on the 22nd fret on the E string. And from there we're just going back to the slide. And that's all the solo there, so let's play that through one more time so you can hear how it sounds all together. So this last little solo is going to have a harmony on it. We'll do both parts. So guitar 1, we're going to go on to the 15th fret on the B string, do a bend and release. Play 13 on the B and then 12. And then do a bend and release on the 12th fret B string. Play 14 on the G and back to 13 on the B. So slowly. And we do that through 8 times with the harmony on top of it, and we'll do that in a second. Now the harmony for that's basically nearly exactly the same. We're coming to the G string 14th fret, bend and release. Play 12 on the G, 11 on the G. So then bend and release on 11. Play 14 on the D and back to 12 on the G, so slowly. And we do that 8 times with the other guitars. Let's do that up to speed now. Now while that's playing, another guitar comes in over the top and it's doing pull-offs. So we're going to start on the 19th fret on the B string, pull off to the 16 and then pull off to the open, and we do that 8 times, so slowly. So we only have to pick once each time. Do that 8 times, and then we just move up a fret. So we're 20, pull off to 17, pull off to the open. Then go back 1 fret to the start again, do that 8 times. And then just go back up a fret again, but this time just do it 4 times. And that's our last little solo, so let me play that for you there. And then from there we're going back to our intro there. So let me play that last little part for you up to speed. And then from there straight back to our intro. And they're all the little lead parts and the main solo for you there. So there's lots of little tricky things going on, hammer-ons, pull-offs, and there's going quite fast as well in our main solo. But just start slowly and build your speed up there. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.